welcome back to another video. Today I will be doing a story time about how I got my first heartbreak. Guys, this really took me a long time to like recover from. It took me all the way up to meeting Quasi to like really recover from this heartbreak. It was like really like traumatic to me, and I'm gonna tell you why. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into the story, guys. So I had a birthday party on my birthday. I think it was a Saturday, and you know, I was inviting people, and I also let my brother invite his little friends, which lived right next door to us. So I went ahead and I went next door to go get my little brother's friend, and I did not know that my little brother's friend had an older brother. He answered the door, and I'm like, hey, is the little boy home? I don't want to say his name, but I asked if, you know, he was home, and he was like, yeah, why? And I was like, well, I'm having a birthday party, you know, I want him to come play with my brother. And he was like, okay, cool, can I come? And I was like, sure. Like, I felt like I was put on the spot. And then he was cute, like he was really cute. Guys, just imagine Usher. Like, he looked exactly like Usher. Like, you would not even tell the difference. He was so freaking cute. So I was like, sure, you can come, like, I guess. But okay, so I went home and I was just like, Mom, like, so I told my mom that I invited the little boy, also his older brother, and she was fine with it. She was like, okay, cool. Because I didn't really have a lot of people at my birthday party. It was just my two older cousins and a few other family members. So it wasn't really like people that, I intentionally like invited because I really wanted to hang with them. I didn't really have any friends at the time, so it was basically like older family members. And you know, the party got started and he came like a little bit late. When he came, like, he made like direct contact because I had two older cousins, and the cousins that were there, they were really pretty, you know. They were about around the same age as me, I think 2 to 3 years older than me, and I kind of could see that he liked it, the older one out of the sisters, out of the cousins. They were sisters, so yeah, he kind of like was clinging more towards her, which I was fine because, you know, I didn't really know this dude. I just thought he was cute, and I was kind of shocked that he lived next door and I didn't even know. So, you know, after my party, I used to run into him outside because I used to go outside a lot and just ride my bike, and you know, I was just very active. I just like being outside after school. Well, it was the summertime, yeah, the summertime. But we didn't really get close until we went back to school. He was actually in high school that summer after, you know, school started and stuff. He was in, I think, the 10th grade, and I was in the 7th grade. But we were around the same age because like I said, guys, I was 2 years behind in school. So I was either the 7th or the 8th grade, and he was in the 10th or the 11th. I can't really remember, guys, but we were around the same age because I was 2 years behind, and he knew that. And you know, we didn't really get close until after summertime because he kind of had a crush on my cousin. He really, you know, every time I would see him, he would ask about her, which I was cool about it because, you know, we didn't really build that connection with each other anyway. So I was, you know, I wasn't tripping. So one day after school, he was by my bus stop, like, you know, where I get let off for after school, and you know, he walked with me home and we were talking, and he was like, you know, basically flirting with me, saying that he likes me, and you know, this, that, and the other. And you know, I kind of like, I was shy. I didn't really like, okay, I like you too, but I really did like him, only for the fact that, you know, he was cute, because I really didn't know nothing about him. So after like really like being outside with him, because we all had the same routine. Like, my little brothers and his little brothers used to always be outside. So, you know, of course, when I seen my little brother and his little brother outside, I would go outside too, and you know, hopefully, you know, wait for the other guy to come outside. I was about to say his name, oh my god. So, you know, after doing that for a few months, we started to get really close, and he asked me out. He asked me out by knocking on the door First he asked my adopted mother, and she was fine with it. She thought he was such a gentleman. Like, his parents were like strict and they raised him really well, so he was very respectable. But of course my adopted dad, he wasn't for it. So he kind of like, I wouldn't say he ruined the fact that we couldn't really be how we wanted to be. I mean, we were 16. My parents did allow me to date at 16, but you know, nothing really serious as far as having sex and stuff, like just, you know, dating, getting to know other guys and stuff like that. So he was just totally against everything. Even the fact that he said, you know, I'm 16, I can start dating. He didn't want me to. So we kind of have like this restriction to where if I'll be outside, he wouldn't be cock blocking, but he would just be watching us, and it just made us feel, you know, weird. But even past that, we really built this connection. Like, I really genuinely really like this boy so much. You know, he was so sweet to me because, you know, I was going through a lot of stuff with my adopted family, and I feel like he was the person to like talk to, and I really looked forward to going outside and like just walking down the street with him, and I just loved his vibe. And we made it official, like we was boyfriend and girlfriend. Then the problem started coming because I found out he was actually dating. He was only down here for the summer, for I guess the summer and a little bit, no, he was down here for the summer plus a whole school year, and then the other summer hit, so we were practically together for what, almost a year, and then the summer after the school year ended came, and we were really close. Like, I mean, like just the feeling of being together with him and just seeing him, and just like, I was just happy. I was really happy, really happy, and I could tell he was happy too. But I started to find out things like he was actually with this other girl. Her name was Alicia. And one day, me and him was outside, like our normal routine, and his dad had the phone in his hand, and you know, the guy was looking at his dad like, I don't want to get on the phone. So I eventually came to find out that that was the girl on the phone, and his dad told him, you either take this phone and you leave me alone, or you stay outside and you leave her alone. So of course he chose to stay with me. But I didn't know that was going on, guys. I found out later after this other thing that happened. So, you know, after he did that, I'm like, you know, I didn't know. So I was just like, okay, we were cool. Guys, when it came down to him, like the whole summer passed. That whole summer passed once again. Well, no, it didn't pass. I'm so like in shambles right now. No, it didn't pass. It was like a month. Like, we was about to go back to school. He was about to go to high school, and I was going to the 8th grade. And he came over one night. Like, he was knocking on my window. Like, he climbed up to my window, and he was like, we need to talk. And I was like, okay. So being mischievous, I opened the window. I let him in my room, and we were sitting there talking, and he was like really like lovey-dovey, but not like trying to have sex or anything like that. It was more like, it felt like he was trying to tell me something, but he didn't want to tell me. So I took it as him just trying to show affection, but I still kind of felt weirded because I was like, what is he trying to tell me? So the next day, I came home. I was out all day with my adopted mother, and I came home as usual, go outside. He didn't come outside. So my mama called me back in, and she's like, you know, Christopher's on the phone. I'm gonna just say his name because I'm like, the whole time I'm just trying hard not to say his name. I doubt he watches my videos. But she's like, Christopher's on the phone, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, just come outside. So I answer the phone, and he's like, I moved to Georgia. I said, what? He said, I'm going to Georgia. First he lied and said, guys, that his dad just randomly told him to pack and to leave. and he didn't know he was leaving. But come to find out, he knew he was leaving that summer, like the beginning of the summer. He knew he was going back to Georgia to be with his mom. So I'm like, you're gone. That's why you came over that night. That's why you were, you know, the way you was. And he was like, I promise you, my dad just put me out. He made me go back to my mama's house or whatnot. So I'm like, so you're back in Georgia, so that means you're gonna be with that other girl, because the other girl, Leesha, was living in Georgia as well. So I'm like, so basically you're just gonna be back with her. You were using me to stay down, like while you was down here, but now you're going back to Georgia, so you're gonna be with that girl. And of course he made promises saying that he wasn't, and it went on for a week that we were talking like long distance. And my birthday came back around, and he called me. He didn't even tell me happy birthday, guys. This kind of like really makes me so mad that somebody that really supposed to care about you really would do this to you. I'm not trying to get caught up in this no more. It's just it pisses me off that somebody would really do this to somebody. He called me on my birthday, and he didn't even tell me happy birthday. He was like, oh, it's somebody's birthday, but hold on. I guess he was getting another call or something. And when I tell you guys, I was on hold for almost 2 hours. 2 hours. And after that, that was the last day I ever heard his voice. The last day I ever even like seen him or anything. Like, that was the last day every communication shut off. He never like returned my call. I tried calling the phone back. It was like a Georgia number, and I called it back, but it said something about military. It was like I don't know if there's any such thing as like a military phone or something, but it was like an answer machine that said something about a military. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I can't even call you. You're not calling me. So he just went MIA. And I went and I talked to my little brother's friends, and he said he knew that he was leaving. He knew that he had to go back to his mom. He knew that he was basically down here babysitting his little brothers while his dad was at work, and he really wanted to stay one more, you know, for a school year to see how he liked it. But come to find out, he didn't really like it down here, so he went back to Georgia. So just a little like update on, you know, if I've seen him since he lived next door. It's been, after that last call that I had, it was like 2 years passed, and then he came back down to visit his family, and he was married. He's or engaged or something to the girl Alicia, and he wouldn't even look at me, you know. My little brother actually was asking him questions. I wasn't asking him because I was still heartbroken. You know how you just, when you see somebody, everything bad just flashes, and like that's what happened. We both made eye contact, but he just kept it moving. I kept it moving, but in the back of my head, I was thinking about everything that happened. Like, you know, we were really close, and you just up and went MIA on me or whatnot. So, you know, my little brother was asking him questions, and he was like, yeah, you can go back and tell Alicia her answers. And I'm like, why would he say that? Like, why would he think, like, he's acting like I was the problem. He was the problem. He went MIA on me. He left and just married this other chick, and knowing that we supposed to be having this connection. Like, it was just, the whole thing was just messed up, guys. I know you could probably, some people probably say that I was young to be in love, but like that really, like I really loved him. Like, we used to do so much. We went from seeing each other every day. We used to go outside every day. Rain, like we will be outside talking. I actually used to go over, because he had older sisters as well. I used to go over, play with his sisters. Like, we all were like a big family. Like, oh, and it just pisses me off that somebody can really do that to somebody. But I mean, guys, that's just the gist of the story. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was just a little story about my heartbreak. If you guys have any stories that you would like to share with me, please let me know. DM me. I will try to get back to you, and give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to follow me on my social media. I'm very active on social media. I try to answer everybody's DMs, any questions or anything. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video once again. I love you guys. See you guys in the next video. Peace.